All right, guys. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to listen to the interview that Elon did with presidential candidate Donald Trump on the X platform yesterday, and I thought I'd provide some of my thoughts on that, as the issues that are what I think are relative to me and perhaps people that think like I do. Now, first of all, it is interesting that the EU basically was threatening Elon Musk for doing the interview, which seems quite weird because political candidates are interviewed all the time on all kinds of networks, and this is the first time I've ever seen sort of something like that. Kind of people wonder if that would be considered, election interference by a foreign entity. I don't know. It's also interesting that, as that interview was set to take place, there was I guess, some sort of hacking that occurred that sort of flooded the system so it couldn't run. Who initiated that? Who knows? Some hacker, maybe the EU itself, or it's hard to say. But beyond that, so, once you started listening to it, and I'm not going to say who I support for president or tell you who to support or anything like that, but there's a couple issues that are interesting to me. One, of course, is access and consumption of meat. And it seems as though both Elon Musk and Donald Trump were very much in favor of not going after farmers, not, shutting down, reducing red meat consumption, which to me is a positive. Now, one of the negatives, which I thought was out there, was, Donald Trump's desire to get drugs out there even faster through the FDA, which I think is a problem, quite honestly. So I don't agree with that particular issue there. Now, I guess, and I'm not sure if it's true, I think Elon Musk might have invited Kamala Harris to do an interview somewhere, and she, I think, turned it down. That may be rumor, I don't know for sure. But the other, major candidate out there is obviously Robert Kennedy Jr., and he has espoused kind of similar views, at least around, cows aren't destroying the planet. Now, they may have more of a regenerative bent in that view, but I mean, the reality is, is we have not had an independent presidential candidate win election literally since George Washington. Every other candidate that's ever won has been attached to some sort of party, be it Republican, Democrat, Whig Party, Bull Moose Party. I mean, it goes back and back. You can read through the history of this. The closest ever, I think, was Ross Perot, who got, at some percentage of the vote back in, I think, the 80s. I can't remember exactly what year he ran. But, and they've also taken Kennedy off the ballot in New York, which, again, it seems very odd why we have this sort of situation where you have candidates that clearly have some level of interest being excluded from ballots. I don't understand our system. I don't have a lot of faith in our system in many regards. I think, most politicians, when they get in office, just do the bidding of their corporate overlords anyway. But anyway, it's interesting to see some perspective on that. I hope we continue to have more and more people speak out against this sort of narrative that meat is destroying the planet. We need to cut back on that, because I think, if anything, the opposite is true. And I think potentially cows can restore the planet, particularly if they're raised in a more regenerative fashion. And I think that meat can restore our health as we see it every day. Now, there are studies in progress and will be published hopefully in the very near future. I know one's coming out within 2 weeks I'll be talking about, which I think will be pretty cool, regarding using a meat-based carnivore diet to treat inflammatory bowel disease. And so anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment. Again, this is not political sort of support in any way, shape, or form. But on that one issue, the issue of, should we be eating more or less meat? At least it seems these guys are leaning towards not, going after the farmers and ranchers, which I think is completely idiotic to do so. And I see other countries doing that, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about that issue. Let me know what you guys think about anything else. I got to break that damn world record on the rowing machine. So maybe tonight. I got very close yesterday. I need 0.3 of a second more. I think I'm going to do it every day until I get it done. And I've only got till Friday. Today's Tuesday. I've got to head out of the country on Friday. And so that'll put me back about 2 weeks on my training. So if I don't get it by Friday, it's going to suck. So wish me luck, guys. Hopefully I'll get it maybe today or tomorrow. Hopefully today. All right. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.